Om Shanti. Our intentions, our moods, our states of mind, our outlook, our attitudes, all of these intertwined into one, combined into one. And we had already mentioned some of them. Now we take another one. One is Paropkar Vritti. Paropkar Vritti. Beneficent, benevolent attitude. That we have concern not only for our own well-being, but also for others. We are not selfish. A charge is levied against Indian religions, Buddhism, Jainism, Hinduism, that they are individualistic. They mind their own betterment and they do not think of others. We want mukti, liberation, each one for himself or herself. They are not concerned with the liberation or salvation of others. So they say they are individualistic. This is not paropkar. They don't think of others. Always to mind the betterment of others, to be benevolent toward them, generous toward them, feel concerned for them, do something for them, and not for our own selves only. Because many social scientists have said that man is selfish by nature. Actually, this is wrong. Man is not selfish by nature. As of today, our nature is selfish, no doubt. As other vices have entered into us, so also selfishness also is there. But we can't say that since the beginning of golden age, man has been selfish. No. We have been having self-interest. We also wanted good things for ourselves. That is but natural. But not that we want to exploit others for our own sake. So benevolence, beneficence, to be doing something good for others should be our outlook, our attitude. A yogi, a Raj Rishi, a Brahma Kumar, a Brahma Kumari, anyone who has love for God has love for the children of God also. Therefore, if a person has love for the children of God, what in practice will happen? They will think of the well-being of others also. So this should be our vritti. Paropkar vritti, Paramartha vritti. Paramartha vritti is a bit different from Paropkar vritti. Paramartha means not only laukik, not only mundane or worldly, but otherworldly, transcendental. That is different. But Paropkar vritti, upkar. Baba says you should do upkar even to apkari. Apkari par bhi upkar karo. You should be kind even to those people who are unkind to you, who have been unfair to you, who have been not nice to you. They tease you, they cause pinpricks to you, create problems for you, they defame you. Even such people also should receive benefit from you. You should have something to give to them. If nothing else, then at least kindness. Kindness costs nothing. They say you can kill a person with kindness. Have you heard about it? To kill a person with kindness, you see. Be so kind, so kind, so kind to a person that the other person is killed. What does it mean? He is ashamed. He feels that you have been so nice, so gracious, so I surrender. This should happen. Even if you want somebody to agree to what you want, the best way is be kind to that person, gracious to that person. God is kind. Even when we talk to other people who are great, saintly people, we say, Aapki nazar-e-inayat chahiye. We want your kind looks on us. Nazar se nihal kar dijiye. You see, you have your gracious looks on us. That is what we say. So kindness, they say, costs nothing. If you can't do anything, at least do this. They say a person went to a grocer, someone who used to sell small household things necessary for our kitchen and so on. So he asked him to give him some sugar. He said, I want to eat something. I have a chapati, but I don't have something to eat chapati with. So can you give me some candy, some sugar? So he picked up his stick and said, go away from here. He showed him that he would hit him with the stick if he doesn't go, you see. That man who was poor, who had nothing to eat, and you see, with his chapati, he said to this man, Arre bhai, gud nahi dete to mat do. Gud jaisa meetha to bolo. You see, if you can't give me sugar, doesn't matter. You can say, I don't want to give you. But at least you can speak as sweet as sugar. That doesn't cost anything, isn't it? So should be our attitude, our behavior, even to such people who are utterly selfish, most selfish people, who never cooperate with us, never help us. You may be helping them in their time of need, again and again. You stand by them in their times of adversity. When they feel lonely, when there is no one to take care of them, even then you go and show your sympathy. You have been so nice, but in your hour of need, they turn their face in the opposite direction, as if they don't know you. They are such people. Even to such people, you should be nice. That is what paropkar vritti is. And if someone has done any good to you in the whole of your life, even a little bit of good to you, some kind of kind act, never forget it. Never forget it. Baba never forgets about it. Those children who have been in the yajna in the early days, who gave some kanadana, made some little contribution, either by their in the form of their money or physical labor or even goodwill, Baba always helps him. He never forgets them. He says, invite my such children also. He remembers them. If they come even today, after having left the institution for a number of years, he welcomes them, like good Samaritan, So, paropkar vritti. It has no limits. How broad your mind should be. This itself develops us. It's not that we are obliging somebody, that we are doing some favor to somebody. It is for our own benefit, for our own development of personality. That is one of the topics which nowadays people discuss very much in seminars and so on. Development of personality. This is essential, this aspect of personality. so gracious. Never be unfair, impolite, discourteous. Always behave in a very nice, graceful way, you see. That kind of attitude. And another vritti is ekagra vritti. Ekagra vritti. The opposite of this is chanchal vritti. Some people are very sportive. Their mind gets scattered. They are uncontrollable. Their mind does not stop at one thing. It jumps from one thing to another thing. They are not able to hold their mind on anything for some time, as they wish. The mind drags them in whichever direction it wants. They can't peg the mind to somewhere and have a hold over it. So hold your mind. To hold the tongue is something perhaps more easy. But holding the mind, what is meditation? What is yoga? Holding our mind. What you say, control of mind. What do you mean by that? That you have a focus and you concentrate your mind there. Therefore, some people talk of concentration of mind. They say silence is the greatest power. What happens in silence is that your mind is not jumping from branch to branch, but on the other hand, it holds on to something so that it is able to get at some result. Do some useful research. Think of a good idea. Invent something. Make some discovery. All the discoveries that have been made, which have made life comfortable and given us so many contrivances, machines, gadgets, and so on, it is because those people who did it, they were able to control their mind, hold their mind on a particular topic. And many wrong things which have been done. If we read the history of mankind, we find many wrong decisions taken by political leaders, economic leaders, and the wrong policies which they decided, the wrong direction which they gave to the people of their country, their community, or their political party, you see, was because their mind was disturbed. And their mind being depressed or disturbed, they were not able to hold the mind on something. So, holding the mind, achal vritti. Ekagra vritti is also achal vritti. There are some sisters who, when they came to this institution, their name was Chanchal. You see, there is a sister in Punjab. When she came to the institution, she was known by the name Chanchal. That is the name given to her by her parents, you see. Very naughty, not controllable. But Baba gave the name Achal to that person, Achal. So ever since Baba gave that name, really that person became Achal, you see. Maybe that earlier also the person was Ajal, but the parents had given the wrong name, you know. Sometimes parents give the name Nansukh. Nansukh means that his eyes are of comfort to him. He has the good eyes and good eyesight. But the man may be blind, you see. The person may be blind from the very time of birth. But the parents have given the name Nansukh, you see, the opposite of it. Now, Achal, which is opposite to Chanchal. The whole turmoil in the society, all the problems in the society are because of those people who are of Chanchal vritti, disturbed people. They never stop at one thing. They always think of something naughty, you see, wrong things, bad things. And yoga, as I said, is making the mind achal. You see, sthiryam, sthirvritti, that your mind does not waver. You have a great determination. Whatever you think, you are able to do. Your willpower is strong. All these are interconnected with the chanchal or achal vritti. So, achal vritti is a great achievement. What does this Yuri Geller do? He is able to concentrate his mind. Concentrate. And a time comes when it is fully concentrated. And he says, stop. And it stops. You see. The clocks, the watches, even though they are in your purse or at your home, the hands of the clock stop moving. How does it happen? Concentration is such a power. It can do miracles. So, like what do the laser rays do? The concentrated light, very powerful. The light can scatter away in the form of beams or rays. But if these rays are concentrated into one, most of them, then it forms a concentrated form. We very often give the example of a lens, and we say just put a piece of paper below the lens and concentrate the rays of the sun, and the piece of paper after some time begins to burn. You can see a flame, a smoke coming out. How does it happen? The light of the sun was already there, but you have been able to get it concentrated. There is a center, and there are circles and circles round about it. Concentric circles. But you concentrate. You, instead of having those circles around that center, you just have your whole energy on that particular center, that pinpoint. Baba therefore says, Bindu lagao. Bindu. 3 bindus. 3 stops, he says. The soul is a point of light, God is a point of light, and you just apply your mind and do concentration. So if you use drama also to stop your mind, then you are able to concentrate. No one has given these 3 formulas for concentration. There are people elsewhere teaching various kinds of meditation. What do? They say, imagine to your mind a lotus flower. Can you see the lotus flower? The lotus flower is actually not there, but you just draw a picture of the lotus flower in your mind because you have already seen it. If not practically, then in pictures. And I asked somebody, some boy, little boy, have you ever seen a lion? He said, yes. I said, from very close angle? He said, just near me. I saw the lion. I said, where was it? He said, in the TV. You see. So I said, that is possible, that you could have done. Otherwise, you are a person who is so much afraid even of rat, and you say that you saw the lion just nearby. You could not have survived. You see, if the lion was there, within your few steps distance. So they say, just imagine to yourself that lotus flower. Just think of nothing else but the leaves of that lotus, its color, its tenderness, its very mild fragrance, so on and so forth. This is how they teach concentration. Why should I concentrate my mind on lotus unnecessarily? What will I gain? Why not go to the market and have a lotus instead of just imagining? Tomorrow you will say, instead of taking chapati, you just imagine that you have a chapati. Okay? So that will not fill my belly. I would be hungry all the same. I want chapati really, to eat something. rather than to just imagine a chapati. Yes. Can you see a chapati? Yes. It is round. Yes. It is 8 inches in diameter. Yes. You see, you tell me all these things, I concentrate. It's nothing, you see. Though it may help you to concentrate, yoga with the Supreme, and instead of having that kind of concentration, then we say, all right, think of a candle flame. There is a candle. Don't see the candle. There is a flame. You see only the flame, not the candle. And in the flame, in the center, do you see something, a piece of thread which is burning? Don't see it. See only the light. Okay, I do it. See that light, nothing else. Don't think of anything. So I feel very happy that today I was able to concentrate on a flame of candle's light for say 4 minutes, 5 minutes. What does it mean? I myself am a flame. Shiv Baba is a flame. Why not concentrate on it? That will give me something. Bliss, peace, love. It will give me a new experience. So this asal vritti, instead of chanchal vritti, this kind of thing is possible only because Baba has given us. Now if God were omnipresent, as they say, God is omnipresent. What do you mean by concentration? In yoga, what do you mean by concentration? If God is omnipresent, let the mind go anywhere it likes, because God is everywhere. Let me think of Delhi Shakti Nagar, you see, because God is there also. Why should I concentrate here on God, on the picture behind me, you see, or on Shiv Baba in Paramdham? Because God is everywhere. So if God were everywhere, how would you practice yoga? The very concept of God you are giving is wrong. That won't allow me to concentrate. And if it doesn't allow me to concentrate, how can I have yoga? My mind will fritter away all its energy. It will run helter-skelter, this direction, that direction. It will not stop at any particular place. This is not yoga, this is yoga. Yoga means separation. You are deviating from God rather than concentrating on God. So, how you test a particular branch of knowledge, a philosophy, a theology, any concept which is given to you in any institution, you should also see its practical aspect. If God were omnipresent, okay, even if as a theory it was correct, practically it does not apply. How does it help me? I can't become a yogi if God is everywhere, you see. But Baba told us God is a point of light. So now if you concentrate, your mind will be full of tremendous power. Because this is the minutest thing, the infinitesimal thing. There can be no smaller point than God. See, it is invisible to the naked eye, and it is very difficult to understand it even by mind. Those whose mind is not pure, they will not be able to see a point of light. They will see in their mind something round, you see. But then they will think it is not point, it is bigger than a point. Okay, let me reduce, make it smaller. Then I make smaller. But God is not even this, He is smaller than that. So I again reduce it. Go on reducing it, you see. You can make it the minimum size, the infinitesimal size, only when your own mind is so subtle, so clear. Your line is clear. You don't have your physical consciousness of the body and physical relatives. Then your mind becomes so sharp, its grasp becomes so sharp that you are able to see with your mind clearly the practical, the actual Supreme Being, you see. Therefore they say, some of them, it is incomprehensible. It is abstract, you see. How should we think of it? We can think of it because He is our Father. If we can think of ourselves, why not of God? That is our own real nature. We also are points of light. But that is possible only when we become pure of mind. Very, very pure. No malice, no prejudice, no bad quality in ourselves. The more we purify ourselves, then only we become nearer to God. We are able to have a link with Him and to experience Him. So, this is very essential. This is the climax of meditation. If we want to have that karma-tit avastha, karma-tit stage, the most powerful stage, Bhava says you can't be in that karma-tit stage for a long time, because mind again gives up that state and goes this way, that way. That is possible by practice and by behadka vairagya. Without these two, you can't have that ekagrata, ekagra-vritti. When you are not concerned with the whole wide world, where will your mind go? Except on God. So the way of concentrating your mind on God is that you have a behadka vairagya, dispassion. They call it disinterestedness. I don't think it is disinterestedness, because we are interested in the world. We want to change it into golden age, and we want world sovereignty. So how do we say we are disinterested? Vairag perhaps to me is not disinterestedness. It is dispassion. We are not drawn by it, not attracted to it. That is our state of mind. And this enables us to have what we say ekagra-vritti, achal-vritti, the opposite of chanchal. Om Shanti, 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 Shanti.